evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Thursday, December 9, 2021. I'm Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. GECOM chair confirms postponement of LGE 2021. President Ali agitated over cancellation of GUYEXPO Building Expo Guyana Festival. Mixing and matching COVID vaccines effective, says Health Minister. Man who went missing 14 days ago found dead. And man succumbs to injuries days after being pelted with lit kerosene stove. Now for the news in detail. Local government elections, which were constitutionally due this year, will be postponed, Chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission, Justice Retired Claudette Singh, has confirmed. According to the GECOM chair, the elections cannot be held because the agency remains without a chief elections officer who is responsible for managing such elections. Here is Vanu Manikchand with our lead story tonight.
Last week, Attorney General and Legal Affairs Minister Anil Nandlal had written to the GECOM chair, retired Justice Claudette Singh, asking her to confirm that the local government elections cannot be held this year so that the necessary local authority bodies can be officially informed. In response, Justice Singh, in a letter dated December 3rd, which was seen by this newscast, indicated that GECOM is aware of its legal requirement to hold LGE this year. However, she explained that since the Commission is currently without a chief elections officer who is required by law to manage the conduct of elections in Guyana, it is unable to have those elections held at this point in time. The GECOM chair further stated in her missive to the AG that, quote, "As you are aware, the Commission is currently working to conclude the hiring process of the Chief Election Officer and other senior management staff. Please be assured that as Chairperson of the Guyana Elections Commission, I will communicate with you on the timeline at which local government elections could be held when the Chief Election Officer is hired." End quote. Nevertheless, Justice Singh also reassured that the Election Commission is working to resolve this challenge within the shortest time. The senior posts within the Election Commission became vacant after former CEO Keith Lowingfield, his deputy Roxanne Myers, and former returning officer Claremont Mingo were fired for attempts to sway the results of the 2020 general and regional elections. Meanwhile, Local Government and Regional Development Minister Nigel Dharamlal has already written to the various local authority bodies, including RDCs, NDCs, and town councils, to inform them of the impracticability of hosting LGE this year, given GECOM's unpreparedness. Local government elections are constitutionally due every 2 years in Guyana, and at the last poll in 2018, the then opposition People's Progressive Party Civic had won more than half of the local authority areas. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchand.
As Guyana seeks to build world-class tourism products, President Dr. Irfan Ali contends that the tourism industry should not be subjected to political maneuvering, as he recalls the many thriving initiatives that were discontinued under the previous administration. Here are the details.
Speaking at the Guyana Tourism Authority's annual awards ceremony, President Dr. Irfan Ali posited that tourism is one of the sectors that has nothing to do with politics.
The greatest mistake one can make is to try to politicize the tourism sector. I went through some period of agitation, because in my brief stint at the Ministry of Tourism, we tried to create some products that I think are critical. And I want all of us in this room to commit that whatever we develop in this sector, whatever product we are branding in this sector, that is never ever subject to political maneuvering.
Pointing out that every major tourism-based country around the world has a national festival, the head of state went on to recall major events such as the Guyana Festival and other exhibitions that attracted thousands of Guyanese, not only from within the country but beyond.
In 3 nights and 3 days, we had more than 173,000 persons walking through the National Stadium. We had special flights branded to bring in people for the Guyana Festival. The question is, after investing so much time and effort and money, where is that product? We started the Rupununi Music Festival. Again, a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of commitment went into the developing of that product. Where is it today? And then a lot can be said about GUYEXPO itself. But GUYEXPO as a product was unleashing the potential of Guyana. And trust me, a lot of Guyanese came back during GUYEXPO. Ask the guys in the entertainment industry about the spending during that period. Where is GUYEXPO? Building Expo.
According to President Ali, all of these major events were taking off at a time when Guyana was not even known yet for its oil and gas reserves, which were discovered in mid-2015.
People were coming for GUYEXPO, Building Expo, Guyana Festival. There was nothing political about any of these events. They were developed with a strong advocacy of you, the people who work day and night in this sector.
To this end, the Guyanese leader contended that there must be fundamental principle in the tourism sector that whenever a product is created, it is done to improve Guyana's budding tourism industry and not for any political party.
It is a Guyana tourism product that we are building. And whenever the democratic will of people comes into play, and you have new vision, it is okay to add to the product. Just for God's sake, do not destroy the product. Add as much, broaden as much, strengthen as much. Do that. That is within your mandate, but we are going to forever be in a cycle like this if we don't understand this.
Rupa Sinarain, The Evening News.
The Entrepreneurs Association for Sustainable Development on Wednesday held a mini expo that was aimed at promoting Guyanese entrepreneurs. Luana McAllister was there and filed this report.
Following a year of COVID-19 restrictions and the many challenges faced by businesses, the Entrepreneurs Association for Sustainable Development on Wednesday hosted a one-day mini expo at Pegasus Hotel to help promote small businesses. Several different products were on display and available for purchase at the expo. Businesses ranging from food, drinks, hair and skin products, decor and custom wood carvings were at the expo. The annual event, which was initially the Women Association for Sustainable Development, was changed this year to facilitate male entrepreneurs, according to the event organizer, Sonia Noel. President of the organization, Romario Hastings, said his hope is to target entrepreneurs who have little to no knowledge on launching businesses.
That a key value of this association is collaboration. And again, I want to emphasize on that. We are an organization that would promote collaborative arrangements to serve as a mechanism to build robust social networks, to provide support to the stages of business development. And I believe that it is only through collaboration and building partnerships that we can thrive in this country, not only as businesses, of course, but as a people as a whole.
The Evening News caught up with some of the entrepreneurs who shared their stories.
At AGITATED, we create everyday elegance in wall art, home decor, DIYs, and later we've added a canvas prints to our collection. So if you're a photographer, an artist, or you just want your photo printed on canvas, we can enhance that for you. For the Christmas season, we have some home decors. Different colors, we have them available in. We have the welcome door signs, we have the toilet box holder, toilet paper holders, we have the key ring holders and so much more. You can find them on AGITATED Facebook, Instagram Dazzle Added, or call us on 612-1698.
I offer CMOS, the raw CMOS and the gel with bladderwrap, and the combination gives you 102 vitamins and minerals for your body. During the COVID of last year, this was my go-to to keep my immune system and my defense up against COVID. I offer a mango achar, a mango and tamarind, and my famous Corilla or bitter lemon achar. We also have the tamarind. So we have been utilizing fruits and vegetables to bring to the Guyanese and the diaspora abroad an excellent blend of condiments to your food. For the Christmas season, I do offer Christmas beverage and a variety of cakes.
Well, everything that we learn within the body of the entrepreneurial, it helps us to grow in terms of our personal growth, as well as learning to deal with our customers and our clients and all of these things.
I am a full-time University of Guyana student, so any opportunity to come and display my business, I take it. And Miss Sonia has been very helpful in that aspect, you know, because it's really hard to find a good place where you could just go and display your items and get the exposure that you need so you could increase traffic into your business.
For the evening news, Lawanda McAllister.
Addressing a batch of graduates of the Board of Industrial Training in Lethem Region 9, Labor Minister Joseph Hamilton encouraged all new trainees to make use of their certifications and not just put them on a shelf to gather dust. Amar Prasad tells us more.
For me, the certificate is useless unless you activate the certification. It's a useless thing. All it is a piece of paper, like any other piece of paper. So, whilst you listen to me, and whilst you prepare to collect the certificate, you in your own heads think about how I can activate that certificate to ensure it can take care of me and my family and my community. That's an important issue.
That was Labor Minister Joseph Hamilton addressing graduates who completed several courses.
Somebody from Georgetown or Linden or wherever to put on a couple of zinc sheets. How difficult it is to put on a couple of zinc sheets on a roof. Secondly, we build a building at mistress quarters, teachers quarters, 40 by 60, 40 by 30. And again, we have to bring a contractor from Lethem, and we have to bring one from Georgetown or wherever. So we have to create the conditions whereby the villages, they benefit from every activity that happens in the village. And they don't have to depend on outsiders. But how we get there is what we have started. That is why the Board of Industrial Training is important to everything that we are doing.
For the evening news, Amar Prasad.
Coming up, 5 more unvaccinated persons die from COVID-19 and Community Advocate Network launched in bid to tackle domestic violence. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Massey is by your side as we continue the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. In collaboration with OneCart, you can now get your groceries delivered or you can pick up curbside. Call, email or WhatsApp your order to us. This service is available at both Providence and Turkine locations. Delivery and pickup between 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. The fee is based on location. Orders must be paid in cash and placed 24 hours in advance. Special conditions apply. Remember to always protect yourself and those around you by wearing your masks. Also, don't forget to wash your hands and maintain a distance of 6 feet at all times around persons. Massey Stores. Our family serving your family.
Give me one dembe for my whole family. Their bread is tasty. Them bake, bake,
Baked with with love and passion by our dedicated team of fine bakers, we give you Dembake. With the same great quality you're used to, we now have a slightly new look. Here in Land of Canaan, we are ready to give you even more. Don't wait until you're hungry. Reach for a slice of Dembake. Dembake, healthy, wholesome living.
You hungry?
Yeah. No, I'll make something for us. So where are the spices?
Oh, in the drawer.
Wow, all these spices! Cardamom? Cumin seeds?
Yes. Cooking is now made easier with Indie's new line of spices.
And they even have smoked paprika.
That and many more, all in convenient sized bottles.
I'm feeling it! You know it? That Christmassy feeling? Friend, I'm ready for everything. All the decorations and lights. Bring on all the Christmas goodness. And I heard GTT is giving away millions in cash and prizes for the season. It just doesn't get any better. Multiple draws, multiple chances to win, live radio giveaways of cash, grocery vouchers, phone credit, and more. Free data, free calls, and free accessories with the purchase of every handset. Sign up, top up, pay any GTT bill or purchase a handset to get a chance to celebrate with GTT and MMG. Together we celebrate, together we win. GTT, together we rise.
Combo pack up, we feeling best. Sunshine stacks above the rest. There is no contest, is the best mix, so we feeling best. Best value to how you feeling. Ole cheesy, too much ripples and more. Combo pack up flavors galore, yeah. Combo pack up, we feeling best. Sunshine stacks above the rest. There is no contest, is the best mix, so we feeling best.
Sunshine Snacks Combo Pack, now with a new look and new mix. Grab your pack today.
Best mix, so we feeling best.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. 5 more persons who were infected with the novel coronavirus have died, taking the country's death toll to 1014. The latest fatalities are 4 men, aged 79, 71, 61, and 58, as well as a 58-year-old woman. Meanwhile, there are 69 new cases of the virus, taking the total positives recorded to date to 38,402. There are 14 persons in the ICU, 47 in institutional isolation, and 822 in home isolation. Recoveries stand at 36,505. The Guyana government is now recommending the mixing and matching of COVID-19 vaccines, with Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony saying that this is more effective. Since the beginning of the immunization campaign in February this year, local authorities have been ensuring that persons receive a first and second dose of the same vaccine in order to be considered fully vaccinated. Rupa Sinarain has the details.
COVID-19 vaccination coverage for adults is 405,043 first doses, or 79%. Second doses are at 284,870, or 55.5%. For persons between the ages of 12 to 17, some 20,849, or 28.6%, are fully vaccinated. Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony has cautioned that many persons will not be fully protected if the gap between first and second doses is not closed.
And from the numbers that we have seen between first and second dose, there is that gap because we now have first dose at 405,000, whereas second dose is at 284,000. So there's still that gap. And we want to close that gap by encouraging more people to get their second dose vaccination. If we don't close that gap, then people would remain vulnerable because they wouldn't get the full benefits of the vaccine.
For the country to achieve herd immunity, 80 to 85% of the population must be completely vaccinated. With the emergence of the new Omicron variant, the health minister said there might be a revision to this threshold.
They might have to revise these numbers to look at what percentage of the population we need to get immunized. From what the details that we have of Omicron so far is that it has more than 50 mutations on the virus itself, in the viral genome, with some 32 mutations on the spike protein. That's the protein that would normally attach itself to the human cell. So from these mutations, they're postulating that a number of things can happen.
Recent studies between vaccine effectiveness and the new variant suggest a booster dose for increased immunity. Booster doses have seen a steady increase, with latest figures showing a 4,448 uptake. On the topic of vaccine mixing, he noted this allows for better efficacy.
It has been shown that if you mix and match the vaccine, that you can get better efficacy. And that's really the driving reason for people to mix and match. And we have seen that done. And there are now probably about 20 or so studies that would have verified that when you mix and match, you get better outcomes.
Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
A 25-year-old father of one who went missing some 14 days ago was yesterday found dead in the backlands of his hometown at number 11 Village, West Coast, Berbice. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael spoke with the man's family and filed this report.
Dead is 25-year-old Rakesh Ramcharan, called Bull and Boy, of number 11 Village, West Coast, Berbice, Region 5. He had been reported missing since November 25th, and his decomposed body was found on Wednesday in the backlands of number 11 Village. His father and wife share different stories about where he left to go. However, it is believed that he died by suicide.
My husband missing since Thursday, not this Thursday, but the last week Thursday. Not this one, the other one. And he left, say, going, Mommy, they might never come back.
So we decided to go and start to look out. Call relatives, call friends, no contact. So we started from the police. Police give me the number, right? So I will keep looking by going to the back dam, search, whatever much we do and we look all the best. And the last measure we have, that is yesterday, that we received to find a dead body at number 11 back dam.
Did you contact his mommy them?
No. Till the next day, them call.
Call and said what?
Then call, ask me if he did, and my daddy tell him no, say left, say go them.
So I go and identify the body. That is my son. To the clothes we get and what I give him. He wear the shirt what I give him. Identify from there. Identify certain part from the body. That is my son. So I ask the para workman to run his pocket to see if he get his backyard. So you run, you find the backyard, so we take it out, we wash it, we sanitize it, and we open the thing. Now we find the ID card and the backyard.
Ramcharan worked as a bell load operator with the Blairmont Sugar Estate and has been married for 6 years with one child. After he made the report, what happened?
We go search, see if I go find him. And we didn't find him.
Did you hear anything yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Tell me what.
Somebody come and tap, said somebody hang up on a tree. And love go see if I hear. But we not got there, we got parlor.
How you know it was him?
His daddy called me and tell me.
Okay, so you didn't see the body?
No.
Did you have any problems
No, no, I haven't had a problem. But just like a little argument, that's all.
I'm talking about on the 25th when he left home.
No, he left so going mommy them.
Do you feel better or worse when you found out that they found him and he had passed away yesterday?
I feel worse. Because husband and mental.
The body is currently at a funeral home awaiting a post-mortem examination as police continue to investigate. For the evening news, Andrew Carmichael.
Our Berbice correspondent, Andrew Carmichael, joins us again to report that a 27-year-old man has succumbed to injuries he received days after he was pelted with a lit kerosene stove. In this report, the now dead man's mother is calling for justice, noting that this is her third son to have been murdered.
Dead is 27-year-old Sheldon Simon of Lot 126, Number 2 Village, East Kanji, Berbice. He was reportedly burnt on November 6th and died last Saturday. According to his mother, Nandrani Sukra, she saw her son in flames but did not recognize it was him even after he plunged into a trench.
And he wake up out his sleep and he run out on the bridge. When he come out now, then lash the big man and throw you down on the ground. When Nana come out now, Nana say you only hear boof behind you before you fire take you. And he jump in the trench. Jump in the trench. So when he jump in the trench now, call when all them I come, say, Auntie Annie, look, this man get born down here. And we cannot bring you out to carry you to the hospital because all them are out there. So I do like I call in the police now. When they see a light coming from down the dam, then they run and go home. So come here for bring my son out to the yard now.
When he went into the trench, like how long he stayed there?
And I go in and I see a big fire. But I don't know what's he. You understand? But by the time I reach the fire out down, plunge in the trench.
Sukra was subsequently sent to the burns unit of the Georgetown Public Hospital, where he remained until his demise.
So when I send him to town now and the doctor test his blood, the doctor said that he get pneumonia in his blood. So then from the pneumonia now, I got another man, I see the man blowing shots like he panicking for breath. So I call him, the doctor ask him what's going on. He says the pneumonia and he get cold around his lungs and his lungs in pumping. So when I had it downstairs now, they tell me that I have to transfer it upstairs at ICU intensive care.
Meanwhile, police were able to arrest the suspect, and on November 10th, Romario Rohit, 26, a bulk cane operator, appeared before Magistrate Renita Singh charged with attempt to commit murder. He was not required to plead to the indictable charge and was granted bail in the sum of $180,000. The matter was adjourned until Friday, December 10th.
And then the magistrate put for $180,000 at the murder charge yet, you know, put for $180,000. When I call him and tell him the boy dead, they hold him back now. I hear the boy up on the road again. There is not justice. I want justice to me children them. It's three of me children them dead right now and I want justice to them. Meaning of justice to none. One dead in the pirate attack I saw them. One dead in Georgetown get murdered, joke up, and this other one get burned up and dead. I need justice right now. Me no want money or nothing that can bring back me children life. I want justice.
For the evening news, Andrew Carmichael.
The Ministry of Human Services and Social Security on Wednesday launched their Community Advocate Network, which is the latest in a string of initiatives to help eradicate incidents of domestic violence in society. Amar Prasad reports.
The Community Advocate Network, or CAN, is a new program that seeks to create a network of people who will encourage and help each other to seek help and report issues such as domestic violence. Human Services and Social Security Minister Dr. Vindya Prasad, speaking at the launching ceremony on Wednesday, explained that this is just one of several initiatives being implemented by the government to tackle the age-old issue of domestic violence.
This issue must be highlighted because we cannot be blind to what happens behind closed doors, but we also must not be blind to what visibly occurs even at workplaces. Social media has brought with it different challenges. And when people speak of emotional and verbal abuse, we know social media can be weaponized to create more long-lasting scars and to expose people to the horrors of it all. So whether it's a child, an adult, male or female, we need to ensure that there is confidence in the world, confidence in society, confidence in each one of us, so that when they speak, when they muster up the courage within to share those terrible experiences, they know that there will be a helping hand, an ear to listen, and a number of people to say, I stand with you.
In this regard, the minister warned that perpetrators of violence will face the full force of the law.
Irrespective of where you stand, you'll be held accountable. Irrespective of who you are, and if you are perpetrating the kind of abuse that we hear about, read about, and listen to, you will be brought to face the full force of the law. That is the kind of impact that I would like to see make its waves across the country. And that is why here I stand too, because we are also going to be looking at the Sexual Offences Act and the Domestic Violence Act to modernize those pieces of legislation, to look at the gaps that exist within them. So we have a strong structural support from the government of Guyana because we are all united in this.
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister Mark Phillips and the Minister of American Affairs Pauline Sukai join in sending a strong message in support of the eradication of violence in society.
Against women and girls has no place in the 21st century, no place in a developing Guyana. And I take this opportunity to add my voice against violence against women and girls in our society. It must stop now.
My message is this. I've started my career actually as a domestic violence and women advocate. I want to say to women that your situation in terms of experiencing violence is never to be ashamed of or to be embarrassed. All of us, in some form, including myself, has had experiences of violence. I have done my work. I continue to advocate in many ways against violence, and I intend to start with my story too.
For the evening news, Amar Prasad.
The Guyana Power and Light will be generating sufficient power to satisfy the high demand during the Christmas season, but the power company says disruptions to its transmission network could cause outages during this time. Here is more from Vanu Manikchand.
During a press conference on Wednesday, GPL's Divisional Director of Operations, Bar Tarjan, disclosed that there are over 45 megawatts of reserve power to facilitate the high demand during the Christmas holidays.
Our generation capacity available for this holiday season is about 182.5 megawatts. That is what we are going in with the holidays. We would have experienced so far for the year 136 megawatts as our highest peak demand, and we would have experienced this in the month of October.
According to Harjon, all scheduled maintenance of GPL's generating units as well as the transmission and distribution network will be wrapped up by December 15 to reduce outages. However, emergency maintenance will be done during this period. But the GPL Operations Director posited that there are certain events that could cause outages during this time.
Now, from a generation standpoint, we have, based on you've seen there, we have enough reserve capacity. But where it is located, so like for example, Garden of Eden, we have a 46 megawatts plant there, which is a new plant. We have a 22 megawatt, which is a DP1, and we have another 6 megawatt small plant. But all that power has to find themselves, most of the power, over 60% of the power find themselves back to the direction, to our control center, and then move up east. So if our transmission line fails for some reason, we're bringing that power to the control center, or to fire for distribution, we'll have a challenge. And same goes going up to Berbice. We have one transmission line taking all the power to Berbice. So if something should happen along that path there, like for example our L16, which is our transmission line, name of one of our transmission line, that is from Sophia to Good Hope. If something should hit the pole along the railway embankment there, we'll lose all the power going up there.
Meanwhile, the power company will also beef up its customer service facilities during this time to deal with emergency situations. This includes increased technicians on hand, in some cases doubling of manpower, as well as more options to contact GPL.
In addition to the telephone numbers, we have also WhatsApp. The number is there so customers can make contact with us via WhatsApp. And we also have the live chat feature on our website. So in the event that a customer needs to make contact with GPL, we have a number of ways that they can make contact. The call center, as I said, is 24 hours, 7 days a week. So you're able to call in. And when you call in for the Georgetown number, 226-2600, if you're just checking, just in the event there's an outage in your area and you're just checking to see what's going on, how long the lights will be off, you can call that number, and instead of dialing extension 1 to speak to an agent, you can dial extension 9 where there are updates on the areas that are out, how long they're expected to be out, and so that way we wouldn't tie up the queue. If it's an emergency, well then you will dial extension 1 to speak to an agent.
Reporting for the Evening News, Fanu Manakchand.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
Sidemrara Harbor Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Friday, December 10th at 9:30 for a period of 1.5 hours, and then again at 23 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, Suburbis River Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Friday, December 10th at 9:10 for a period of 1.5 hours.
Guyana Amazon Jaguars fitness test, Coach Crandon disappointed at mixed results, and West Indies arrive in Pakistan for a white ball series. Details of these stories and more in the Sportcast, sponsored by Macorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanups, or construction sites. It's simple. Step 1, just pick up the phone and give us a call. Step 2, we deliver the skip bin size of your choice. Step 3, load the skip with all of your junk. And finally, Step 4, we take it all away. It's that simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there's no job that's too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455 or 218-11.
Shop at John Lewis Styles in December and you could win one Amazon Fire tablet every day. Yes, every day. And that's not all. 4 persons will win $500,000 to spend in the store. Just imagine, $500,000 to spend on clothing, footwear, watches, fragrances, handbags, luggage and accessories. So shop now at John Lewis Styles to win one Amazon tablet every day and $500,000 to spend in the store. John Lewis Styles.
Poultry farmers, save money by cutting down the time it takes to pluck your chickens with the plucking machine from Sylvie's. Now available at affordable prices in 3 sizes: 500, 550 and 600 mm, 110 220 volts, 60 cycles, 1450 RPM. Replacement motors and the plucking fingers are also readily available right now at Sylvie's Variety Store, High and Hatfield Streets, Georgetown.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Satco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store, located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rheinveld.
Get the right seal right now from Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc., your immediate SKF sealing solutions. The SKF Seal Jet Machine is capable of building seals from 5mm to 600mm in diameter in under 5 minutes. With technical support readily available, you can get a customized seal to suit virtually any industrial application, like buffer, rod, wiper, and piston seals. SKF Seal Jet Machine, now at Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc.
Welcome back to this evening's Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp.